Welcome to your English learning journey. Fun, simple, and full of confidence. An in-depth guide to how forgiveness transforms your life. Introduction. What is forgiveness? Forgiveness is not forgetting. It's not saying it's okay, and it's definitely not a sign of weakness. Instead, forgiveness is a conscious decision to release feelings of resentment or vengeance towards someone who has harmed you, whether or not they deserve it. We all experience hurt through words, betrayal, rejection, or mistakes, but what we choose to do with that hurt determines the quality of our inner world. Forgiveness isn't just for the other person. It's a gift to yourself. It's like setting a prisoner free and realizing that the prisoner was you. In this comprehensive article, we will explore what forgiveness truly means: emotional, physical, social, and spiritual benefits, real-life examples, and scientific support, how to practice forgiveness, even when it's hard, self-forgiveness and why it matters, common myths and truths. Ready to free your heart? Let's dive deep. Part 1. Emotional and mental benefits of forgiveness. 1.1. Letting go of anger. Holding on to anger is like holding a hot coal with the intent to throw it at someone. You are the one who gets burned. Forgiveness allows you to release toxic emotions, stop reliving the pain, redirect your energy to healing. When you forgive, you no longer let the past control your present. To forgive is to set a prisoner free and discover the prisoner was you. Lewis B. Smedes, 1.2 reduces stress and anxiety. Anger and grudges trigger your body's stress response, flooding it with cortisol and adrenaline. Over time, this leads to anxiety disorders, sleep problems, headaches, and fatigue. Forgiveness helps regulate your emotions and lowers the stress response. It's like exhaling all the tension you've been holding in. Real-life example. After years of conflict with his father, Ravi decided to write him a letter, not to excuse his behavior, but to release the pain. He described the emotional weight lifting from his chest as soon as he hit send. 1.3 improves focus and mental clarity. When your mind is filled with resentment, you lose your ability to be present. Constant overthinking, revenge fantasies, and emotional flashbacks drain your focus like a leaking battery. Forgiveness clears the mental fog and allows you to redirect your attention to what truly matters. Improved concentration, better decision-making, emotional freedom. Part 2. Relationship and social benefits. 2.1. Heals relationships. While some relationships may not return to their original form, forgiveness can still bring closure. It restores dignity, compassion, and understanding between people. Forgiveness opens the door to honest conversations, rebuilding trust, deepening emotional bonds. Sometimes it's a silent, inner decision. Sometimes it's a heartfelt conversation. Both are powerful. Example: Mira and her childhood friend hadn't spoken in 4 years due to a misunderstanding. One day, Mira reached out with a simple message: "I miss you. I forgive you. I hope you're doing well." That message reignited a lifelong friendship. 2.2 builds empathy. When you forgive, you start to see the person not as a villain, but as a human, flawed, just like you. Empathy doesn't mean excusing bad behavior. It means understanding that hurt people often hurt others. And when we understand, we soften, not for them, but for our own heart. Try this. Next time someone hurts you, ask yourself, what pain might they be carrying that led to this? You may find compassion growing where anger once lived. 2.3 Inspires others. Forgiveness is contagious. When people see someone rise above bitterness, it sparks a desire to do the same. Whether you're a parent, teacher, friend, or partner, when you forgive openly, you show others the power of emotional maturity. True strength is not in holding grudges, but in letting them go. Part 3. Physical health benefits. Yes, science says so. Forgiveness doesn't just help the heart metaphorically, it helps it literally. 3.1. Lowers blood pressure. People who forgive consistently show lower resting blood pressure, fewer stress-induced spikes, better heart rate regulation. Chronic resentment, on the other hand, can lead to hypertension. 3.2. Strengthens the immune system. Anger and stress weaken the body's ability to fight illness. On the flip side, forgiveness boosts immune function by reducing inflammation. Fewer colds, faster healing, better long-term wellness. 3.3. Improve sleep, tossing and turning at night because of what they did. Forgiveness brings mental peace, which translates to physical calmness. Studies show that forgiving individuals sleep deeper, longer, and wake up more refreshed. Sleep equals recovery. Forgiveness equals sleep. Therefore, forgiveness equals recovery. Coming up in part 2, forgiving yourself. The hardest but most important step, spiritual and cultural perspectives on forgiveness. The difference between forgiveness and justice. How to forgive when it feels impossible. Real-life stories that will touch your heart. Part 4. Forgiving yourself, the hardest but most healing journey. Often, the hardest person to forgive is yourself. We all make mistakes. Maybe you hurt someone unintentionally. Maybe you didn't stand up for yourself. Maybe you disappointed people you love. But carrying guilt forever is not justice. It's self-punishment. Why is self-forgiveness so hard? Because we expect more from ourselves than from anyone else. Because we think self-blame equals responsibility. Because we confuse guilt with atonement. But true healing starts when you say, yes, I made a mistake, but I am still worthy of peace. 4.1. Steps to forgive yourself. Acknowledge the mistake. Be honest. Don't sugarcoat. Take responsibility. Apologize if needed. Say sorry to those you've hurt, but also to yourself. Make amends or learn from it. What will you do differently now? Give yourself grace. You are human. You deserve growth, not lifelong punishment. Speak kindly to yourself. Replace "I'm a failure" with "I'm growing." Forgiving yourself isn't giving up accountability. It's choosing life after the fall. Part 5. Spiritual growth and forgiveness. 5.1. What do religions say about forgiveness? Forgiveness is central to many spiritual teachings. Hinduism teaches kshama, forgiveness, as a divine virtue. Christianity, Jesus said, forgive not just 7 times, but 70 times 7. Islam, Allah is the most forgiving, Al-Ghaffar. Judaism, Yom Kippur is a sacred day to forgive and seek forgiveness. Buddhism encourages letting go of anger to escape the cycle of suffering. 5.2. Forgiveness connects you to the divine. When you forgive, you release ego, vengeance, and pride, and make space for compassion, light, and truth. It's not just a psychological act, it's a sacred one. Part 6. Forgiveness versus justice. Are they opposites? Many people believe if I forgive, they get away with it. But that's not true. Forgiveness is internal. It frees you. Justice is external. It seeks fairness. You can have both. You can forgive someone and still take legal action, set boundaries, end the relationship, speak your truth. Forgiveness is not weakness. Real-life stories that will touch your heart. Story 1. The Father Who Forgave. In South Africa, a man lost his son during apartheid violence. Years later, he faced the officer responsible. Instead of seeking revenge, he said, "I forgive you, and I want to spend time with you, so you know the value of life." That officer broke down in tears. Today, they work together to teach peace. Story 2. Forgiving a cheating partner. Nisha found out her boyfriend cheated. Her world collapsed. For months, she carried bitterness. But after therapy, journaling, and meditation, she said, "I won't let this betrayal control." She forgave, not for him, but for her own future. Today, she is happily married to someone who values her deeply. Story 3. Forgiving herself. Ravi's mother died before he could apologize for years of tension. He spiraled in guilt. Eventually, he joined a support group, where he learned to write letters to his late mom. Through tears and honesty, he began to forgive himself. He now helps others find self-forgiveness. Coming up in Part 3, final 3,000+ words. Techniques to practice forgiveness daily. Guided forgiveness meditation. Journaling prompts. What if they hurt you again? Myths versus truths about forgiveness. Conclusion. Why forgiveness is freedom. Part 9. Practical tools to practice forgiveness every day. Forgiveness isn't a one-time decision. It's a daily practice, a habit of the heart. Here are tools to help you strengthen your forgiveness muscle over time. 9.1 Guided Forgiveness Meditation. Sit comfortably. Close your eyes. Breathe deeply. Inhale peace. Exhale anger. Say quietly to yourself, "I forgive you. I release you. I choose freedom. I forgive myself. I deserve peace." Visualize the person you're forgiving. Imagine a cord of pain between you. Gently cut that cord with a glowing light. Repeat this meditation daily. It rewires your emotions. 9.2 Journaling prompts for forgiveness. Writing helps us process unspoken emotions. Try these prompts. Who do I need to forgive and why? What am I still holding on to? How has this pain affected my life? What would freedom from this pain feel like? What do I need to forgive myself for? Write without judging yourself. Let your heart speak. 9.3 Write a forgiveness letter. You don't have to send it. This is powerful and private. Write to the person who hurt you. You hurt me when you X. I felt X. But I'm choosing to forgive you, not because it was okay, but because I want peace. I am letting go. Seal the letter. Burn it, tear it, or keep it safe. The healing is in the writing. 9.4 Affirmations for Forgiveness. Speak these daily. I release the past and choose peace. Forgiveness makes me free. I am not what happened to me. I am what I choose to become. I forgive, not for them, but for me. My heart deserves peace. Say them in the mirror, write them on sticky notes, or record them in your voice. Repetition creates belief. Part 10. What if they hurt you again? Forgiveness doesn't mean you have to let them back in your life. Set boundaries. You can forgive and still say, "I don't trust you anymore. I'm walking away. This is not safe for me." Forgiveness is about your inner world. Boundaries protect your outer world. Part 11. Myths versus truths about forgiveness. Myths, truths. Forgiving means forgetting. Forgiveness remembers but chooses peace. Forgiveness is for the other person. It's actually for you. If I forgive, I'm weak. Forgiveness is one of the greatest strengths. I need to tell them I forgive them. No. Forgiveness can be private. I have to feel ready. Sometimes, Forgiveness leads to healing, not the other way around. Part 12. Quotes that inspire forgiveness. Holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. Buddha. Forgiveness is the fragrance that the violet sheds on the heel that has crushed it. Mark Twain. To err is human, to forgive divine. Alexander Pope. Forgiveness liberates the soul. It removes fear. Nelson Mandela. Forgive others, not because they deserve forgiveness, but because you deserve peace. Jonathan Lockwood Huey. Why forgiveness is freedom. Let's bring it all together. Forgiveness is not a favor thou dost do for others. It's a declaration. I refuse to let the past chain my future. I choose love over fear. I choose healing over hurting. When thou dost forgive, thou dost not change the past, but thou dost change the weight it carries. Thou lightens thy emotional load. Thou dost make room for joy, love, growth, and peace. In conclusion, forgiveness heals the mind, strengthens the heart, empowers relationships, revives your spirit, and reconnects you with yourself. No one said it would be easy, but it's worth it. Every time. Choose to forgive. Choose to be free. Next step for you. Try a forgiveness meditation tonight. Write a letter to someone you've been holding pain for. Forgive yourself for just being human. Spread this message to someone who needs it.